class?
Good morning, teacher.
Kompleto na ba tanan?
Yes. Yes, teacher.
So, before we will start, let us pray. Who will be the one to lead the prayer? Cindy, can you lead the prayer?
Yes, teacher. So, let us put ourselves in the holy presence of God. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our sins, as we forgive those sins against us. Do not bring us to the test, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Cindy. So, before we will start to our discussion, may I introduce to you our virtual classroom rules? So, first is be on time. So, kinahanglan dud siya nga on time jud ka mosulod sa klase. If late ka, kay please be informed to me or inform to me nga dili ka kasulod sa klase or nakay gibuhat or pero at least sad makabalo ko and make sure nga valid imong reason if dili ka ka-attend sa klase. Ikaduha, act like you're at school. So online man ta karon, so virtual ra atong klase. So act like you're at school nga maminaw ka si teacher. Then sunod, keep yourself muted. Mag-mute mo if kanang kuan like karon nagtabi ko dapat jud mo maminaw pero i-mute inyong mic para magkadungog gata dili ta mag-echo-echo. So, fourth, respect and listen to the teacher. So, masabta naman jud na no since kanang we're all student. Oh no, you're student and you have to listen to me as a teacher. Next is no eating during class. So, di kita magkaon during our class because kanang di murag disturb na gani ang kanang if magkaon-kaon pa ta during class. Last is have fun and do your best. So, our next is for attendance. So, we will have our attendance for today. Yeah, I will check your attendance first and say ding dong if your name is called. Okay. Cindy?
Ding dong.
Ding dong. Jackler?
Ding dong. Ding dong.
Reggie? Ding dong. Jelmar?
Ding dong.
Gia?
Ding dong.
Okay, very good. We are all complete. So next is I will show you or I will tell you some story about the doves. But before that, may I ask you if you have a favorite animal? So do you have a favorite animal?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, Cindy, what is your favorite animal?
Cat and dog.
How about you, Reggie? What is your favorite animal?
Dog.
Okay, that's good to hear. I also have here my favorite animals. Do you want to meet them?
Yes, teacher.
Excited, teacher.
Okay, here is my favorite animal. They are doves. But let me tell you first my objective for this class. So first, at the end of the lesson, the learner will be able to identify the elements of the short story. So At the end of this lesson, you can identify the elements of the short story. So second, you can list all the elements of short story. And third, show enthusiasm in performing any task. Diba, ganahan mo makamit sa akong favorite nga pet or animal?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, here they are. They are doves. Would you like to hear a story about the wild doves?
Yes, teacher.
But before I will tell the story, what are our rules when teacher is going to tell a story? G. Clark, can you tell our rules?
Lesson, teacher.
Cindy, what is our another rule?
Gotta always mute the mic if not necessary. That's all, teacher.
No eating during class. Can you hear me? Okay, very good. So another is you have to pay attention to me and listen carefully. So the story entitled The Wild Doves. So let me start our story. One day, a bird catcher went to the forest to catch some wild doves. He took some of his own tame doves and tied them to his net. Next, he spread out the net and hid himself behind a tree. Soon, the wild doves flew into the area. They saw their tame relatives happily sitting at the corners of the net. The tame doves did not look as they were in danger. So the wild doves flew close to where the tame doves were sitting. So, di ba, ang bird catcher nagbutang siya og net, then gibutang sa to niya iyang tame doves dito sa iyang net para paun. Dayon mo to ang mga wild doves na kita sa katong tame doves na gibutang sa bird catcher wherein suddenly the knots of the net tightened around their tender feet. The wild doves were trapped. They were very frightened and tried hard to escape. However, the bird catcher came running out from his hiding place. So nadakpan to ang mga wild doves. Niya, ang bird catcher kay nigawas na sa iyang katong gitaguan nga kahoy. And the next is, the bird catcher easy caught wild doves. The wild doves said to the tame doves angrily, "Why did you not warn us? Why did you let us get caught? We are your relatives. Do you not care about us?" So mauto nangutana na ang mga wild doves sa tame doves. Nganong wala daw siya nagpahibalo, ngano daw wala siya nag-ingon nga kuan nga naaday kanang mudakop nila nga bird catcher. Then ngano ko nung wala siya nihatag og care sa ilaha nga relatives man sila. So the next is the tame doves reply, "We wanted to make our master happy. That is more important to us than pleasing our relatives." So the main goal di ay sa mga tame doves is to please their master and to make their master happy. So in a way to make their master happy is kinahanglan nga madakpan sila nga relatives sa tame doves, which is the wild doves. So that is the end of our story. So let me ask you something if you understand the story. So did you understand the story, class?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, very good. Let's have a review. So, Reggie?
Yes, sure.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
What is the title of the
The
story?
Wild Doves.
Okay, very good. Next. Gia? What happened to the wild doves in the story? Gia, are you there? Okay, let's call another person. Cindy? What happened to the wild doves in the story? Cindy, can you hear me?
Yes, teacher. Yes, teacher. Okay.
Okay,
What
what
happened
happened
to
to
the
the
wild
wild
doves
doves in the story?
The wild doves were trapped. They were very frightened and tried hard to escape. However, the bird catcher came running out from his hiding place. The bird catcher easily caught the wild doves. That's all, teacher.
Okay, very well said, Cindy. So next question. What the bird catcher does to the wild doves? Claire, can you hear me?
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
What the bird
What the bird
does to the
catcher
wild
does to the
dog?
wild doves?
Yes, teacher. Wild catcher catches the wild doves. And that's all, teacher.
Do you think the wild catcher catches the wild dove? Claire, are you still there?
Yes, teacher.
Do you think the wild catcher catches the wild doves?
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
The bird
The bird
catcher
catcher catches the wild doves, not the wild catcher. Okay. The next question is, what will be the possible theme of the story or the moral lesson of the story? Reggie, can you answer my question?
Sure, sure. The theme for the story is the good servants are always faithful to their master.
Yes, very well said. Very good. Very good, Reggie. So our next is testing your vocabulary. So to test your vocabulary, I will provide the definition and you will give me the term. And it is just only 2 questions. It will be just as quick as tiger. So shall we start now?
Yes, sure.
Okay. Our first question is, it means not dangerous or frightened of people. Cindy, can you answer this?
Yes, teacher.
So what
What do you mean by
Same,
what do you
teacher.
call?
Okay, let's check.
Okay, let's check if your answer is correct. So very good. Next question. It means living or growing in natural environment. Gilmar, can you hear me? Gilmar? Okay, I think Gilmar had a low connection today. So, Jeckler, can you answer my question? It means living or growing natural environment.
Yes, teacher.
Can you answer my question?
Can you answer my question? It means living or growing in natural environment.
Yes, teacher. It is wild.
Okay. Your answer is correct. Very good, Jeckler.
Thank you, teacher.
So our next is, oh no, I guess you have a better vocabulary than what I have expected. So next is, I will present to you our formal discussion. And please listen to me carefully and bear on me until the end of our discussion. So our topic for today is the elements of the short story. But before we will start, let me ask you first, what are the elements of the short story? Cindy, can you enumerate the elements of the short story? Cindy, can you hear me?
Yes, teacher.
Can you give at
Can
least
you
one?
give at least one?
Flat, teacher.
Okay. Very good. Next, Reggie, can you give me another one elements of short story?
Characters. Our characters.
Character. Okay, very good, Reggie. Jeckler, can you give me another?
Yes, teacher.
Can you give me another?
Can you give me
short
another
story?
elements of short story?
Eating.
Think of another one.
Um.
Can you still hear me?
Can you still hear me?
Yes, teacher. There's another one. Sitting.
Okay, very good.
Okay, very good.
Yes.
Reggie, can you hear me?
Yes, chair, loud and clear.
Can you give me the remaining two elements of short story?
To?
Yes.
Ito po may lain. Theme. To, character, setting, plot, theme. Lima din asla ka buo. Huh?
Last one. You already mentioned it as you enumerated all lately.
Sa gisulti na nako.
Yes.
So come on, characters, settings, plot.
Yes, that one, setting.
Ow.
So the elements of short story are plot, character, setting, and theme. So, Reggie, can you read me? Can you read this for me?
What? Sa man, sure. Okay, so character. It is the person or sometimes animals who takes part in the story or other.
So, diba, ang character, it is the person or sometimes animals who takes in the story or other literary works like epics and any mythology stories. The characters are those persons who act on the story. Did you understand that?
For
Yes,
example,
For example, in the story, The Wild Dogs, the characters there are the wild dogs, the tame dogs, and the bird catcher. Right?
Yes,
Teacher. Okay.
Okay. So next is the setting. It is the time and the place in which the event is happen. So let me ask you, in the Wild Dove story, where is the setting? Cindy, can you answer me? Can you hear me?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, very good. The setting in the Wild Dove story is in the forest. Why in forest? Diba ang katong bird catcher kaniadto sa forest para mag-catch og mga wild doves using his net and his tame doves. So the setting in the story is in the forest. So next element is theme. It is the central idea or belief in the story. Or it is the moral lesson in the story. So Jeckler, can you hear me?
yes, teacher.
What is the possible theme in the story?
Wild doves.
What
Moral
moral lesson
lesson
can
can
you
you
get in
get
the
in the
story?
story? Okay. Cindy,
Yes,
can you hear me?
What do you think?
What do you think is the theme in the story, The Wild Dogs?
one teacher. Good servant, always faithful to their masters.
Very good, di ba? Ang mga tame dogs dito kay ni-state sila nga they want their master happy. So ilang gibuhat wala sila nagsaba-saba sa ilang relatives nga wild doves nga dakpon day siya sa bird catcher which is mo'y amo sa mga tame doves. So next element is the plot. It is the series of events and character action that relate to the central conflict. So mao ni ang katong pagkasunod-sunod sa mga nahitabo sa story. So Jeckler, can you share to us what happened in the story?
Yes, teacher. The wild doves were trapped. Then they were very frightened and tried hard to escape. However, the bird catcher came running out from his hiding place. The bird catcher easily caught the wild doves.
Okay, very well said, Jeckler.
Thank you, teacher.
So now class, I want to know if you really listened and understood the topic. So I will ask you some questions about the discussion that I discussed to you, and you only have to answer my questions. First, what are the elements of the short story again? Reggie, can you enumerate all the elements of the short story?
Character, setting, plot, theme.
Okay, very good. What element of the short story wherein it is a series of events and character actions that relate to their central conflict? Answer my question.
Yes, teacher. Plot, teacher.
Okay, excellent. Next. It is a person or sometimes even an animal who takes part in the action of short story or other literary work. Jeckler, can you answer my question?
Yes, teacher. Character, teacher.
Very good. It is the time and place in which the story happens. Reggie?
Settings.
Very good, Reggie. And the last question is, it is the central idea or belief in a short story, or this is the moral lesson of the story. Cindy, you're raising your hand. Okay, very good, Cindy. So next is, I will give you an activity by group. So I will group you into since you're only 5, so I want you to create or make your own short story and make sure all the elements are presented. So this will be 10 minutes to create a short story. Then you're free to ask to me on what will be to do and what you should have to do in making a short story. So your 10 minutes starts now.
Okay, teacher, noted.
Okay. So, are you done with your short story? Are you done with your short story? Can you hear me, class?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. All you have to do in passing your short story, just pass it to my Gmail account. So I will be posting my Gmail account in our Google Classroom, and then submit your PDF format short story in my Gmail account. So do you understand?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, very good. So I will be giving you also, this is our enrichment activity. So I want you to list down the 4 elements of short story and give a brief description. So this will be 10 minutes also. And just take a picture of your answer and send it to our Google Classroom.
Okay, teacher.
Okay. So for our, this is your enrichment, your evaluation. So identify the correct answer, choose your answer in the box, and take a picture of your answer and send it to my Gmail account. Just like what you have to do in the short story that you have to create in your own short story. So you also have to submit it through my Gmail account. So can you see my screen now?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Just take a photo of your answer, class, okay?
Okay, teacher.
Okay,
So
teacher.
this will be the questions. Can you screenshot na lang para namoy guide?
You're
You're
done.
done, screenshot.
Done, teacher.
Okay. Next, this will be the choices for your evaluation. So take a screenshot for a minute.
Okay.
And for your assignment, I'll be giving you assignment, class. Do you like assignment?
Yes, teacher. A little bit.
That's good to hear, class. So your assignment, research for a short story and determine its elements.
Yes,
Do you understand,
miss.
class?
Yes, miss. Sorry, teacher. Sorry, teacher.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have any questions and clarifications for
None
this?
so far, teacher.
Okay. Thank you for listening. Then let's call it a day.
Thank you,
You
teacher.
may leave the
Bye, teacher.
meeting now.
Thank you.
Bye,
Bye, teacher.
teacher.
Bye.